What's going on, world? Welcome back to your channel. My name is Michael. For those of you that are new, we're going to be speaking on the Aries. You see from the title of this video, we're going to be doing the deck of 12. Let's begin. Spirit, what do we have for the Aries? We have forgiveness. I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love, right? So learn to forgive. I know that's tough to hear, but sometimes you just got to forgive and move on. We have adversity. I accept that challenges are the best way to learn. Some of you guys might be going through difficult circumstances at this moment. It's just going to build you guys up, right? Sometimes it's best to go through things and come out better than to not go through it and then you face difficulties and you don't know how to deal with them or manage them. But for the most part, when you guys have hard lives or hard situations, in the end, you come out on top because you're able to use that experience and especially be able to generalize it. You're able to use it in all different aspects. We have honesty. I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can't expect it from myself. This just leading with honesty, even if your surroundings or your individuals that you deal with or whatever the case is isn't as honest, you still got to be pure to yourself. Because one thing we got to understand, especially with the spirituality, is no matter what somebody else did on this earth doesn't determine, and that's why I believe, that's why they say Jesus died on the cross. So that, personally, or this is my belief, personally, what you do doesn't affect me and what I do doesn't affect you. So even if somebody else isn't being honest, that doesn't give you the right not to be honest. You know what I'm saying? Because that can potentially harm your chances on getting into heaven. Right? We have failure. I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. So you guys failing, one thing, this is a quote that I stumbled upon a while ago, I should say, like probably a year ago, and it said failure is just meaning that you find one last chance that doesn't work. So if you guys find if you whatever you're doing and you find that okay, this doesn't work, then that's one last thing you're probably gonna end up doing. You're probably just more so gonna stick to what you know, whatever the case is. But don't be afraid to fail. We have regret. I know that I cannot change the past. So whatever you might have done in the past that you might have not did today, and you got to understand that's also the time of the moment. So you might have made some choices, life choices, relationship choices, whatever the case is. You might have made decisions in your past that you wouldn't make today. So you look back on them, you say, oh, I regret doing that. Try not to think like that, because if it wasn't for those mistakes, you probably wouldn't be where you are today, because you had to grow and you had to learn, right? So learn not to have regret, learn to just look at those as life lessons and then to be appreciative of those moments as well, right? If you take something away, how would you know how your life would have turned out, We have growth. I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness, right? So doing things that's going to expand you, I'm not trying to tell you guys what to do or nothing like that. And I will say this. You can watch and consume anything, any meal, anything like that, right? It doesn't take away the fact on you learn from your experiences. It's all about how you view things. It's all about your, how they say have an optimistic mentality. It's all about how you do things. I don't really believe, there are things in this world. If you guys, if there is a situation where it gives any type of conflict, any type of personal, any type of negative effect to another individual, then that is a toxic moment, or that is something that we probably should frown upon, or that's something that shouldn't be going on. But if it's something that, like, you're talking about a situation that happened in the past, or you guys are referring to certain subjects, as long as it's a teaching moment, then I don't think it's a negative situation. So what I'm saying is, it doesn't mean you guys have to put your head in a book 24/7. Doesn't mean you have to go on marathons every day. None of that. You just have to look at things and view things in a different aspect, right? To experience true growth. Because I could be doing something right now, like I could be reading these cards, and if I don't sit down and really analyze what I'm reading to you guys and really understand it for myself, then I'm not growing. I'm just reading cards, and especially you would know when you're growing when you start to look at your habits that you do, right? And you just start to be satisfied with your habits. If you're honestly satisfied with what you do, where you're at, how much you're making, how far you've came in life, when you start to be satisfied, you become successful, right? But success doesn't necessarily mean a big house, big car, and all that, because there's people like that and that still ain't satisfied within themselves. We have worry. I am learning that worry doesn't change an outcome. It doesn't, right? The only thing you guys can do is create some type of routine or system, whatever, that can help you guys and keep you guys on your game. But you can't worry about the results. I mean, the results is what it is. It is what it is. So just try not to worry about it. I would just say, if you're stressing about a subject, try to brainstorm ways that you can actually improve that, whatever that might be. If it's finances, try to brainstorm it. See where you stand in as a person in society. What can you offer? What valuable thing do you have? You don't have nothing valuable. You don't have no skills. You don't have the trade. Then you probably know, okay, you're probably just gonna end up, maybe you have to start something. Maybe you have to actually, go and volunteer or whatever the case is. You have to just find you and what you're willing to do to come out of that situation that you're in, right? Instead of worrying about it, right? Because it's not going to change. However, how you emotionally feel about something isn't going to change this scenario, right? We have to mentally put ourselves through it, right? We have courage. I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence, right? Regardless if you're scared, you're nervous and things like that. I mean, it's probably something new for you guys. You just decided to face it with confidence. This could even be things that you feel like you're failing at, because it's coming out of the failure card. Give me a second. Okay, we have blame. I accept responsibility for my well-being. I promise you guys this. Like, once I started to stop trying to blame situations, whatever the case is, and I'm not saying that other parties don't play a part in your life. It just means that you guys could be able to take your life and take it back. You know what I mean? Take it back and take full control. And just try to see where you might be able to improve. It doesn't mean you're wrong. It just means, where can you improve in? We have indecision. I use my intuition in all aspects of my life, right? Your intuition. It's not necessarily about, where you go in life or how you end up or where you end up or whatever the case is. Really, it's just about choice making. What kind of choices do you make, And if the choices you make are ending in a certain situation that you don't prefer, then how can you make other choices? I'm not saying better or worse choices. I'm going to say other choices, because better or worse is an opinionized statement. What I think is good you might not think so. And what I think is bad, you might not think so. So I'm not going to say that. I'm going to say, better. What do you believe, right? So using your intuition throughout things. And that's another thing, as you guys get more involved with yourselves and see exactly what you want in life and things like that, then, your intuition and your process on making choices will grow with you. We have loneliness. I know that I am never alone. Now, this could be a situation to where you just look at it like you have a spirit team. You guys you're so into developing yourselves, you don't really seek out love from other individuals to a point where eventually love just comes. And it was weird to say it, but that's just how it is. Like, if you start to focus on yourself and start to actually, believe that there's a higher power, he loves me. I got spirit teams that love me. I got past over ancestors that probably I haven't met, but they love me. When you start to look at life in a different aspect in that way, and you start to focus, okay, what can I do to better myself and things like that, you'll find, a lover that tends to like you more. You find family members popping out of the woodworks because they see you're just focusing on yourself to a point where it's like, okay, I don't know how to really explain it, but that's how it seems like it works. For me, it does, from what I've personally experienced, and I can only really tell y'all what I personally went through. So I'm just giving you guys some opinionized statements, basically. We have health. I will honor the physical vessel that enriches my soul. This is like your body, you know what I mean? Like your body is a vehicle. So I'm not, and look, I know a lot of you guys probably don't have certain sources or resources or where you're located and stuff like that. I would just say the best thing to do in life is to be the best person that you can be. So look at what you personally have in your availability. What do you have that can actually, help? I don't know what you guys have. So, but do your best. You know what I mean? Try your best to avoid, I've tried to avoid temptations of just eating junk food out the fridge and stuff. I've tried, you know what I mean? I failed a few times. But, I'm continuously trying, and that's all that matters. In life, failure is only failure if you quit. It don't work for someone that keeps going. It's like a marathon. Just because somebody stops running don't mean that they can't keep walking and still finish. You know what I'm saying? So just think of it that way. Aries, you guys learn to forgive. You learn that adversity helps you guys to learn more. You guys are also being honest regardless of whoever else is in your life that's not being honest. You guys are learning that you guys are learning to go through that, to look at failure differently. You guys also learn to not have regret. This is going to improve you guys' growth. You guys are not worrying about the outcome too much, but just focus on the things that you have to do. You guys are having courage and strength to face things with confidence. You guys are taking responsibility, not putting as much blame on others as well. You guys are using your intuition more in life, in the decisions you're making. You guys are learning that loneliness is probably more of a mental thing, and just try to focus on yourself so that you don't feel as alone. You guys are also experience health. So you guys are focused on that physical vessel that enriches your soul. So focusing on things that help you guys grow. Right? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below if it resonated, if it didn't. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See y'all soon.